Okay, thank you for joining me today. Before we get started, please feel free to open your Canvas page as we'll be working in Canvas during today's session. You can open a sandbox course or a course you are currently developing for an upcoming semester. As the title of our workshop suggests, we'll be learning how to create course evaluation modules within Canvas. The learning outcomes for today's session are understanding where to find the course evaluation materials in Canvas Commons. The OLS team has already built the resources to go within the module for course evaluations, so I'll be showing you where to find those within Canvas Commons and how to import those into your course. Understanding how to build course evaluation modules within a Canvas course. Once you've imported the materials from Canvas Commons, I'll be showing you how to build your module and how to adjust the settings for that module. We'll also discuss learning other tactics to help drive up response rates from students. We'll also be discussing tactics on how to increase your response rates for evaluations. Before we dive into the steps for creating course eval modules, we wanted to bring up some key things to keep in mind. If you've already started developing your Fall 22 courses, you may have noticed that the course evaluation module is already added to your course shells in Canvas. We still want to demonstrate how to create these just in case any course copies overwrite the modules that we implemented. There are currently 4 means for students to access course evaluations. However, students may not be aware of all these avenues to complete the evaluations. By adding the Course Evals module to your course, it puts the evaluations in a spot that's more noticeable for students. In the Course Evals module, you'll notice that the Smart Evals portal is built as an assignment. The evaluations are not graded. This was the only way we could add the portal to the module. I also want to mention that the assignment is listed as does not count towards grade, so it should not populate your Canvas gradebook. When students open their Course Evals, they will see a list of the courses they need to evaluate. Even if they click on the Course Evals module for your course, they will still see the list of evaluations they need to complete. The system does not link the evaluations to a specific course in the portal. It is essentially acting as a gateway to their Smart Evals account. In order to accommodate the different types of learners, i.e. remote learners, grad students, etc., evaluations are open for students for 14 days. With that being said, we do recommend taking time in class to allow students to complete the evaluations. You can also assign a due date for the Course Evals assignment if you prefer, so you don't need to take time out of your class session. The first step is creating a module in your course. Then we'll go to the Import Canvas Commons tab. After you import each of the Course Evals resources, you can add the items to the module, adjust the module settings, and publish the module. So let's see this in action. Okay, so I am in one of my sandbox courses for this demonstration. So next I'm going to go to the Modules tab and then select the plus module icon over here on the right. I'm going to give it the name Course Evaluations. And then add module. If I scroll down, I have my new Course Evaluations module at the bottom of the page. So next, let's open up Canvas Commons. So I would go to the Commons button underneath History and above the Help button. So let's go to Commons. By default, when you open the Canvas Commons page, it should be filtered so it only shows resources from the College of St. Rose. If you're not seeing that option, select the Filter button in the upper right corner and scroll down to Shared With section. You should see the option of selecting the College of St. Rose. Let's close out of that. The first 2 options that should come up in the search are the assignment titled Complete Course Evals Here and a page called Quick Facts About Course Evaluations. You can also use the search bar to find these resources for your modules. So if I type in evaluations, these two resources should come up. Okay, so these are the two resources you want to add to your course evaluation module in your course. So we do have to import these one at a time, so I'll show you what that looks like. Let's add the page first. So let's go to Quick Facts About Course Evaluations. Next, I will select the Import and Download button on the right-hand side here. And it will pull up a list of all the courses that I can add this to. So if I wanted to search for a specific course, I could use the search bar at the top here, or I can just scroll down and see my list of courses that way. So I'm going to add this to my Sandbox 2 course. So I'm going to select the check mark. And next, select Import into Course. Okay, and depending on how many courses you are adding the page or assignment to, you might see a message that says one or more items. There's a delay in adding the items, so it could take a while to reflect those changes in your course. But once it is all set, you should see you have successfully started the import. It may take a little while to see changes in your course. Okay, so let's go back to the search. And now I'm going to add my assignment. So I'm going to click on the hyperlink text here. And once again, on the right-hand side, we have the Import Download button. So I'm going to click on that and scroll down to my Sandbox 2 course, click the checkbox, and then Import into Course. Once again, that green bar came up for me that it has successfully started the import. So depending on how long it takes for the import to go into your course, you might not be able to see these resources populate your pages or assignments page right away. But let's go back to my course here. So I'm going to select the Courses button here. Go to my Sandbox 2 course. And now I'm going to scroll down to that Course Evaluations module. And I'm going to click on this plus icon on the gray bar. And I want to add the page first. So I'm going to select the drop-down menu where it says Add Assignment. So I'm going to click on this, select Page. And now I want to select the Quick Facts About Course Evaluations, and then Add Item. Next, I want to add the assignment. So once again, I'm going to click on the plus icon, click that drop-down menu to go to your assignments, and select the Complete Course Evals here. Depending on how many assignments you have, it might be further down on the list, but this is the one that you want to look for. So Complete Course Evals here, and then Add Item. Okay, so now I want to add some requirements for this module. So I would select the 3 stacked dots here, select Edit, and then where it says Requirements, I'm going to add a requirement. And I'm going to have it so my students have to mark the assignment as done. So this will let me know that they have completed the evaluations, and it's just a good guide to see if you need to contact students or reach out to them about completing the evaluations. So I'm going to select the button here. Student must complete one of these requirements. So here I'm going to click on the drop-down menu on the left and select the assignment. So Complete Course Evals here. And on the drop-down menu on the right, I'm going to click here and then select Mark as Done. And Update Module. Okay, and then once that is all set and looks like they're already published, I'm going to publish my module. Then continue. All right, and that's how you create the Course Evals module. Once you've built out your Course Evals modules, there are some other steps that you can take to increase your response rates from students. As I mentioned before, consider setting aside time during class to complete them. Once the evaluations are launched, consider posting an announcement within the course to let students know that they can complete them using the Course Evals module. Explain to students why evaluations are important. Students should be made aware that their feedback can impact changes that the college may implement, examples including programming decisions and course offerings, as well as tenure for faculty. The most common issue that students run into is technical issues with accessing their surveys. Encourage students to contact helpdesk@strohs.edu if they don't see your course listed or are having issues accessing the evaluations. Those tickets are redirected to OLS, but we want additional records for analytics when tracking an issue that could be school-wide. So thank you for joining me today. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to onlinelearning@strohs.edu and we'll be happy to help.